Hello, everybody, and welcome to what is going on behind the curtain. I've legit just forgot the weekend at this point, and also we're kind of a day late from the new schedule I kind of did because basically yesterday I forgot. But yeah, series where I talk about my week and a running theme throughout it. Last week's video did really well, and that's definitely because I promoted it on socials because it was about Lads Meetup, so it's more relevant, whatever. But thank you guys for the support on that. I really appreciate it. All the people that reached out and stuff like that, replied and all those things. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, this week's kind of partly a continuation of that, and then there's of course a bunch of other stuff as well. But let's just get into it because I'm actually on time constraint right now because I have something to do in literally 15 minutes. So let's see how much I ramble. So yeah, this week it's been really slow, like really slow, and I'm pretty sure it's because of like missing the meetup per se, and missing being around the people, and also being ill, and kind of like everything's just taken longer because of that. Like I'd been sat at work and it's been like, it felt like it really dragged to get to the end of the week. But we're here now, so yeah, it's an interesting one. I've been doing a decent bit of self-reflection this week and that sort of thing. And yeah, trying to kind of process the trip more and see where I kind of lie on it. I'm still like, people ask me like, would you say you enjoyed the trip? I feel like I'm still undecided, but I think the most accurate answer I can give is like, I think I said this last week, but I think if you ask me in like a couple months' time, I'll be like, yeah, I did, mainly because all the like bad stuff that happened will kind of have faded away, and all the good stuff, the memories will still be there. Although one thing I will say that I've kind of been discovering this week is like, I kind of fear I'm gonna forget the good things. I guess in general I kind of fear this, so it's not just like a meetup thing again. I swear I'm not just rambling about the trip again. Yeah, I fear I'm gonna forget the good and significant things, and that's why I've started writing down. Oh god. My nose. I started writing down a list of like kind things that people say about me that kind of really resonate. I actually have a big list now on my notes app that no one is ever seeing on the planet. And then I've also got like an album of photos of like good memories and stuff now. Oh my god, my nose. Why is it doing that? To look back at. To try and remind me of like, you know, the times when you're down and you feel like you haven't got people, of all those things that people have said and that people truly mean. I don't know, I'm just trying to process things more. I think I'd been struggling a lot with the kind of the situations that had gone on the meetup where basically I'd have to give advice that could be really impactful and really change the trajectory of people's lives and stuff. And I think I'm coming to terms with it, and I think I'm coming to terms kind of with kind of appreciating myself more, and that comes into kind of like the title of this week. Yeah, I'm trying to get myself into this mentality of, you know what, I am actually a good person, or at least I do a lot of good things, and kind of I'm trying to learn to appreciate myself for that. Because yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like I am quite a good person, and that like that should be enough, right? Like I'm sat there every day, you know, we all have struggles obviously, but like I'll be sat there and I'll be like, man, I wish I had this, right? I wish this thing worked out a certain way, but like the fact that I do good and like have a positive impact on people, that should be enough, right? Like it should be. And that's the point I want to try and get to. I had a conversation with someone at the meetup about, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this ages ago in one of these videos, but different types of characters, static and dynamic characters, right? And I will always strive to be a static person, right? As in, dynamic characters are the characters that change, they go in arcs, and, you know, they have to get, you know, they usually hit a rock bottom, and then they have to sort of improve whatever. Static characters are the ones that boost others. And that's the point. I'm trying to be my best to be a static character, like Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. Not character, person, because, and I think I do that a big chunk. I think I need to appreciate that I do spend a lot of my time, and I do dedicate a lot of my time to helping other people. And, you know, I'm the kind of person that I need to recognize, while I'm not the best, and I should never put myself on like a crazy pedestal, that, you know, I am a good person. I do think of things that not everybody would think, and I do often, you know, just think about other people and really care about what happens to them, etc. And I also can't let myself kind of be concerned about how that, like, how other people might not see it that way, because no one's ever going to see things the exact way I do, and I can't expect that. Like, just because somebody doesn't see me in the way that, you know, I am trying my best to look at myself, doesn't mean that's not how I am, you know? No one has the answers, and I'm trying to appreciate that. I'm trying and just, like I've kind of always said, I need to look after myself more. And in fact, that reminds me of a quote that one of my friends said recently, is that they said that, name one person who you know is, like, super caring and always thinking about others that actually cares for themselves properly. And I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, no, to be fair, that's kind of a bar. Like, I do very much, like, not care for myself properly. I mean, in some ways mentally, but in a lot of ways, like, physically, I just don't care for myself as much as, like, I would other people. Or, like, I would for other people. And I need to try and get better at that. And I think partly that is just, while I'm living at home, I'm going to always be kind of held back by a few things. Not my family's fault, whatever, just kind of the way the living environment is. But that I'll try and improve over time. But there's other things that I need to try and get working on, you know? I need to take time for myself. I need to actually, like, appreciate myself. I saw another quote this week. There was, like, the people who try and help everyone, you don't achieve anything, right? Because if you help everybody, then you help nobody. And it was like an analogy of, like, let's say you help everybody, right? A criminal robs a store. If you're helping everybody, then that means you're going to help the criminal escape the police. But if you're helping, you should also be helping the police catch the criminal. So you're achieving nothing if you're helping both sides. And, like, it's an interesting analogy because, like, obviously, I mean, I say all this like I'm not going to still try and help as many people as I can and be there for as many people as I can. But, like, I do need to... I've been told this a lot by friends that, like, I do need to be a bit more selfish and do kind of need to do more things for myself. But it's like, part of my core will always be that sort of caring. Like, you would think it would change, or, like, maybe there'd be something I'd hit at some point I'd hit in life where, like, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's gonna have to change. But I feel like, considering all the stuff that I've been through, it's just, that is such, like, an integral part of me that is just never gonna change. And as much as that can sometimes be to my detriment, I do appreciate that, because I wouldn't want to be, like, exiled and not thinking of other people. I wouldn't want to be a self-absorbed person. A thing I've kind of realized this week is, like, content stuff for me is legit done. Like, it's wraps. I had, like, 2 events over the weekend. I don't really look at viewership anymore, but I saw, like, a brief thing. I'm pretty sure I was averaging, like, 20. So, yeah, it is complete curtain to me. And as much as I'll be upset about being excluded from, like, events doing stupid splits that they shouldn't do, and then me being left out of, like, half my friends, like, I actually can't fight that anymore, because my viewership is dead. It's just kind of the circle of content, I guess. That's what happens when you aren't able to, like, physically put constant upload stuff in, which is why, once again, I will forever appreciate you guys. And I can't blame anybody either for no longer, like, constantly watching me. Like, I get it. Like, you got a lot of people who've grown out of that sort of thing, etc. Like, I can't blame anybody for that. And maybe, once again, this is probably me being unreasonable. I probably should be allowed to blame somebody, right? But, like, it is what it is. Of course, I would still love to be able to do this sort of stuff as a living, you know? The ability to be able to just, I guess, entertain and, like, make people happy just as a living is kind of the reason why I do this. And maybe I'll try and find that in other ways. I still am not going to disappear, obviously, but, like, yeah, I just don't see any world anymore at all where content stuff continues, and I think I'm going to keep dwindling. Like, events just really aren't that fun anymore, and I don't enjoy Minecraft without events, so... Oh, thank you, Siri. Yeah, I don't know, like, a lot of events... Like, the events played this weekend, like, one, like, Mayhem, I did really enjoy, but then the other event, like, I just couldn't really find much enjoyment in it, especially when afterwards I'm trying to get my voice heard, and I'm getting crazy contested things and being told, actually, you think this way because of this. Side note, if anybody ever tells me they know how I think this way because of this, despite the fact I'm telling them the opposite, bro, I will smite you down. I hate when people do that. When people say that they know you more than you know yourself. Like, in a sense of, like, in a negative way. Like, I don't mind like a jokey thing of me being like with a close friend and then being like, oh, you've done this again. It's like, well, yeah, you got me, you know me. But like when I tell you something is not a certain way and you're like, no, you are lying to me, you're stop doing that, bro. Like, come on. I just, yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of things where it's like, I really appreciate trust and letting me kind of do things, but I also just appreciate being there for me. So like, I admit I'm not the easiest person to kind of be there for, because I know people try, and I do, you know, I will lock myself out of a lot of things. Like the stuff that we went through on the trip to achieve a certain point is, I never wanted to ever be that way, but I think I had to be that way in order to kind of become closer with those people and kind of fix a lot of my issues. I don't ever want to look like I'm not in control and that like I need help, you know, even though sometimes I do, like every single human being. I just really hate looking and coming across like that. I don't ever want to seem like I don't have things together, even though that's incredibly unrealistic, because I think I said this last week, but like once you break that perception, people will view you differently. And of course I realize that some people, no matter what, won't view me differently, and that despite the fact that those people already knew of that part of me, like a lot, like I was still scared to show them me at a certain state. And like I say, I'm glad I've kind of reached a good point with a lot of those people, and I think that there's still some rocky roads ahead. There always will be, but I'm kind of prepared for it, and I'm in a decent place right now. I've got an interesting trip coming up where I'm going to be gone for a decent while, and I'm not going to be around any friends, and that's going to be interesting. There's probably going to be a lot of self-reflecting and stuff, but I don't know. The next 2 weeks of this series might not exist, but they also might be special. And like, I could do a video maybe where it's just me like sat looking at a sunset talking. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think I'm much more hopeful today. In general, I've still been pretty optimistic, but I think I'm much more hopeful today, like this week going forward, than I was last week. Because, yeah, I feel like maybe things aren't as bad as I was thinking they might be, and that, you know, there's still some hope for things to improve and get better. So, yeah, I'm trying to be hopeful and keep things going. You know, I'm trying to make sure I keep onto those connections that I really, really need, and try not to lose anybody either, you know? And I'm proud of the way I have handled situations. I think that I will never always know the answer, but I'm proud of how I do work things out. And I do think a lot of people do appreciate that, and a lot of things go unsaid. I think I've been reading, it's a common trait for, I guess, people like me to kind of sometimes feel underappreciated, because as humans, we grow to, like, just kind of, like, accept things as a norm that are positive. And, like, I will accept that. And, I don't know, it's hard to not think I'm painting myself as, like, the best person ever with like, saying this. But, yeah. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the small viewership that we do have. Marvel Rivals stuff starts soon, and I'm going to be away from the majority of it. And I think for the days when I won't be away, I won't be able to stream anyway. But I'll see. I'll probably try and still be active on that game, see what kind of goes on. I'm also playing some more Overwatch recently. If I'm honest, I'm trying to just branch out into different games, because I've just realized Minecraft, first of all, I'm not good enough. And everybody just, like, the skill ceiling on Minecraft has gotten so ridiculously high, and I actually have a life now so that I can't compete with it. And even the events part, I can't enjoy as much because of, like, viewership and being exiled from them and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm trying to find other ways. I've been playing a lot of solo games. I've been, you know, branching out. I've been playing a decent bit of Overwatch with friends recently. That's been really special. And I've been, you know, I'll be playing Marvel Rivals. And, yeah, I'm trying to find ways to stay connected with my friends that don't necessarily involve Minecraft, because I think that's the biggest concern, is that if I do kind of disconnect from a lot of the events, how will I keep interacting with them? I was playing the Minecraft MCC Bedrock server, and I will not comment any further on that server. I've spent 3 hours grinding it, and I will not be logging on until I have to again. And that is all I will comment on about that server. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out and watching all these. Thank you for all the support last week. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. Wait, can I do... Nah, this jump's not happening. Goodbye, guys.